was perfect.
I feel like I should do this though.
You can do both close and open at the same time.
Oh, I'm rolling. I just realized I'm rolling. Hi, I'm out of darts. Ooh, I'm Luke. I say I'm Luke now. I say my name.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Luke. Today on Out of Darts, I am going to show you yet another neat design from my buddy Tarik here. Tarik is one of our designers here at Out of Darts. He does a whole bunch of products on my website, probably responsible for a third to half of everything on the shop, I think, as far as 3D printed things go. He, before ever designing Jupiter, he had worked on these Y hoppers that use PVC, and he found this design on Thingiverse for an iris, and he recreated his own version for a hopper.
Inserting. Turning. Lock it. And then we just pump like normal. And fire.
So tell us about the design process and how these work, because these are really, really, really cool, and like I could just sit here forever and just fidget with this. This is like a fidget iris. Fidget iris.
Fidget iris.
Trademarked.
First one to get there. Yeah, this idea came from like, I was looking through Thingiverse and I was like, oh, that's a really cool opening mechanism, as you can see there. And I was like, can I figure out how to minimize it? And one of the biggest things with Y hoppers, as you guys know, is changing it. You have to open up the top. They usually have the clog, and you know drop darts in, and you have to close it before you can ever fire it. And I was like, could I make these interchangeable? So I was like, how small can I go? So I kept pushing the design until as far as to go. And this is before I had my Prusas, if you recall. So I had these really crappy printers that just couldn't figure out how to get the right print. So I just kept playing around with this idea. And what you're holding is like this two direction. So if you see the other side, it shows you how the mechanism actually works.
So on this one here, you can see it's only got, it doesn't have the full ring actually covering, so you can see the mechanism, but there's essentially a sloped path that the notches on the iris openings open up, or they're really more like eyelids, I guess. And for those that aren't familiar, I know a lot of you are old school Nerfers, but a Y hopper is generally made with a Y piece of PVC and sticks out about like that. And at the end, people were traditionally using just an on-off valve that's actually for water, the same fittings that these PVC parts go with. And Tarik took this a step further by, of course, designing 3D printed ones, which people, I believe, have done in the past, of course, but then the real novel idea is this neat little opening where you can just twist it open, drop the darts in, twist it close, and it really, really is a cool design process. I'm going to guess that this took ages to print, and the tolerances on this look like just absurdly obnoxious to deal with, so maybe you can talk on that.
Yeah, I have pictures, literally pictures of droves of these little guys. I think 120 prints. I actually stopped labeling the numbers because I couldn't keep track of it anymore. And then it was like, so you can see this is the original design just testing the iris working, but then it was like, how do you open it, right, with one motion? So then I had to create these ideas of keys and locks. So you can see here in a better example how to get this in here and then lock so it traps it in there and gets the seal. But then the problem we ran into, as you can start seeing, is that I had to put an O-ring because 3D prints don't really seal that well.
You need a better air seal to allow the hopper to function properly on the blaster.
Right. And so all these designs kind of worked out in a way, but the problem is no matter how much I fixed the seal issue, there's always just a little bit too clunky and it's a little too delicate. It could do a handle, it dropped pretty well, but it wasn't the best.
I remember you maybe, gosh, close to 2 years ago sending me like drop test videos of testing these parts, and that was kind of the major concern. Was it is a little bit on the delicate side as far as our designs typically go, so you know, slamming it onto the concrete might not survive so well.
And so it's easy to fall off the track, and so one of the biggest fixes is that it can fall back into a track, but see, like right now it's off track and then it can go back onto it. So there's all these designs, but that's something like when you're in the rush of a battle, last thing you want to know is the equipment not working. So it just never was like really feasible onto the field, but the concepts were so cool that I had to use it. And I really want to figure out anywhere I can use this mechanism. Is there any excuse that I could have? The one I was thinking about, and I was trying to doing for rival balls, as a way, like if you have like a loader, you can open up, throw balls in there, and then close it. But the problem is for rival, this doesn't scale as you think it does. As
it's
the diameter
exponential.
Increases. Yeah. Last time I recall, I believe it was like 3 times the size. So you have this giant thing on your, it just didn't seem like a feasible method for
Yeah, kind of a little bit on the clunky side as far as size and durability and whatnot. I think this is just a really fascinating little 3D printed mechanism, and I love kind of thinking outside the box. So, first of all, if you haven't already, hit that like button. Really helps us out. But the thing I want to hear from you all this week is, what else can we use this for? What could you use this for that's not Nerf? It's such an interesting thing. I know on Thingiverse and online there are people that have made glasses with these. I kind of really want to make like a steampunk goggles. Do some nice bronzing. Oh, is that what they were? Okay.
Yeah, I think they were like steampunk, and you can rotate the little wheel
to open them and close them. That's so cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do something for Halloween next year. I'm a little disappointed that I didn't 3D print anything this year for Halloween, but very cool. But let us know what you think these could be used for, because it is a really neat little concept, and hopefully this inspires you to get out there and make something yourself. One thing I wanted to comment on 3D printing, I get emails all the time, people saying, you know, will you give me these files? I don't know how to design. And I've only been designing for a handful of years, 3-4 years, and maybe it's a little longer than that now, 4 or 5 years or something. But really the number of hours in isn't as much as you'd imagine, and the software's all easy to use, and most of it's free. Fusion 360 is what we both design in. And it's 100% free until you're making $100,000. Isn't that what it is right now? So. They are really, really great about updates. Autodesk has done a great job with the platform, and it's just fabulous. So I really recommend getting out there. If you want to start something really basic, try Tinkercad, then jump up to Fusion as soon as you can, because it really makes a big difference in your design process and iteration and all of the great features. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this quick look at these 3D printed irises. Until next time, I'm out of darts. Ooh, iris.